Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. This is Fisherman Log number 93. And I thought I'd start off today with these little guys. These are the baby zebra danios, and as you can see, they're getting a lot larger, even though they are still quite tiny, and it is really hard to focus on them. But they are now larger than newborn baby guppies, so that's quite a size increase for them. And also you can see another change since last week is I've been gradually getting rid of the unicellular algae that's in this tank. It was getting to the point where I couldn't see enough in there to decide how well they were doing or anything. So I've been feeding them on mostly paramecia and cyclopses, and as you can see, they're doing quite well. This is first thing in the morning, so they haven't eaten yet, but you can see here in a second, there it goes. I am now dumping in the food, and I'm going to show you another clip, the next one coming up. And that is about an hour later, and you're going to see quite a difference in the amount of their bellies, which is very important, of course. They obviously need their food. And if you're wondering, I feed first thing in the morning, although this time it was a little bit later because I had to go do a job. And then roughly around about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then again later on in the evening, so about 6, 7 o'clock. So they get about 3 feedings a day, which is another thing I've noticed is it isn't really making a huge impact on all the cultures I have, but I have noticed it. I've noticed that there is less in the way of food in them now, so I'll have to keep that in mind. And the other thing I want to obviously is there has been a bit of attrition, because if you remember, I have been collecting eggs, newly hatched fry, I guess I should say, out of that tub for a little over a week, and I just kept dumping them in here. Well, obviously, as you can see here, the older ones have been out-competing the little ones in gathering food, and there's not as many as the tiny ones anymore. There is a size ratio, like a difference between the biggest and the littlest, but not as much as I thought. I thought there'd be a few more in here. So next time when I breed them, I will definitely do it all at once, so they're all at least roughly the same size as in a batch. So you can see there, the red crystal shrimp's doing well. They're all fine in here. They're moving around. And this is my new addition. I managed to find someone in town who is breeding rice fish. So I got some really nice ones. You have to bear with me here for a little bit because they are very, very shy. I've only had them like less than a day at this point. And even though all the company in here, as far as guppies and guppy fry and everything, they're still a little camera shy. So it took me a little while to get close enough to get this shot, and you can see they're lovely fish. Their biggest, of course, claim to fame would be the fact that when they breed, the female carries almost like a little bunch of grapes at the lower abdomen, and carries them around for a little while, and then eventually knocks them off on some plants. So we'll wait and see for that, but they are a little young yet. Hopefully in the reasonable near future, we'll get to show you that. And there's one male there that seems to be coloring up just a little bit at the moment. I think they're going to get a little bit more colorful than this. But mostly from my point of view, I just like them. They're a lovely fish, and I'm more than happy to have them now in my fish room. And I'm definitely going to hopefully breed them out there. So I want to show you these guys, because I've definitely come to the conclusion that I am going to keep this gene pool separate from my other gene pool probably for a while. I want to definitely get some generations of this. I want to see how they breed, if they breed true. I noticed the last ones I got definitely did not. They were a mixed bag, and I got all kinds of different things, which is fine. I don't mind that. But I want to see how well these ones breed out and see if they are going to maintain that really nice body shape that I see there. Now, this may just be my imagination, but this is the Java Fern bog filter, and it's only been a week. Actually, at this point, less than a week, and it seems to already be looking better. So I have hopes for it. We'll see. Obviously, long term, it's just way too early to tell. But I wanted to show it to you anyway because I noticed that it was looking better. Now, this is the one tool build for the box filter, and I'm very happy with this. It doesn't have the same sort of aesthetic appeal as the all acrylic version, but that's not the most important thing when it comes to filtration, obviously, because it's going to get dirty and it's going to have all kinds of issues with it regardless. In another month, I think I'm going to do its first cleaning, because it's definitely got to the point now where it's dirty enough. I want to see how well it cleans out. But I have noticed a little bit of a difference in this tank since I put that filter in here, now that it is actually filtering. The plants and everything seem to be doing a little bit better. Obviously, mostly this is me thinking so, but I really do like how this is beginning to look. It is growing up so nicely, and I will eventually, of course, get to putting more plants in here. But I did a little bit of a clean out on this, got rid of some of the duckweed that managed to get in here somehow, and I am going to continue to do a little bit more work on that. Now, another filter that I have been seeing making a change in an aquarium is this sponge filter. If you remember that ultra deep bed underground filter in the background is growing some less than pleasant algae in it. So I had thrown this filter in. It was already cured and set up and ready to go, and I put it in here, and again, it is anecdotal, but I am noticing a difference in the quality of the fish. They are looking a little bit better, but again, it is marginal. I wanted to show you this because this is pearlweed, and I put a small clump in here 6-7 weeks ago now, I guess. And of course you can see a little bit of the pennywort that's there, and I had put the same amount in this tank, and of course the goldfish had completely devoured it and there was nothing left. And look at the difference in the water quality between the two tanks. They both have a box filter on them. The goldfish are obviously great poop factories, and they do fertilize really well, and there's nothing for to eat that now except, of course, algae, so you're getting a bit of an algal bloom in there. Not a bad thing, but the plants really do make a difference, and it's just something I wanted to show you. I'm gradually getting all the excess plants out of here. As you can see, there's a whole pile less of the pothos, and I also moved out some of the red Luigia. They're all going into my client's tank, of course, and there's actually, I can see the bottom now. I've also moved out a bunch of guppies because I needed them for some clients. I am trying to be a little selective on what I take out of here, but it's a bit difficult. So the nice thing, though, when it goes into a client's tank is if I end up seeing a really nice fish that I shouldn't have moved out, I'll just move it back, and that's all fine. So that's not a big deal. Now, I was trying to grow this thing that I don't know what it is, but it got knocked over, and I reset it up, and hopefully it will continue to do something. It's not growing at any great speed, but it definitely has some roots on it, and we'll see eventually what it turns into, because I have no clue what it is. So as you can see, this is the sponge filter I'm making for a friend of mine, and I finally got the sponge in, so I'm going to cut that to size, drill a hole in it, and get that mailed off, as this will also get mailed off as well, because I'm getting lots of responses to that. And if you're wondering what that other thing that is there, that's something I'm building for the other channel. It is a gauge slash third hand. Pop over there if you're interested in that sort of stuff and have a look. And as you can see, this organizer is getting filled with stuff that it shouldn't be filled with yet. I am trying to get that done, but I need the wood rack that I'm currently building, that you're going to see here in a second over here, done before I can organize that better. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of all this, and I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.